Welcome back. We hope the cup of tea and coffee was refreshing, and it's great to see so much energy in the room. My name is Bhavna Bhatia, and I would want to re-welcome all of you to the day 2 of the AI Conclave 2025 by N-Cube Collaborations. As requested, we're going to be beginning now at 12:15. We just request all our next sessions to be kept particularly for 30 minutes each. It's my request to our moderators for the next 3 sessions to please maintain the time, because we do have the humble lunch which is awaiting at 1:45, and I do not want our attendees to wait further. So we like to leave it in your able hands, and I'll try and quicken the process of getting you all on stage by cutting short on the bios. I'll try my level best to introduce you in the most simplistic way if I can. So I'm just going to take a minute of introduction, and let's begin with our next session. So ladies and gentlemen, up next we're talking about our upcoming session. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got 3 key sessions post the tea and coffee break, starting with the future of insurance supercharging strategy with AI. Our first speaker in that, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Sandeep Kumar, who comes from Deloitte Touche Tohmatsu. Do we have Mr. Sandeep Kumar here in the room? If yes, okay, he's coming in a little later. All right. We're going to move ahead to our next speaker. Let's call upon Kasturi Sengupta, who's the Executive Director at New India Assurance Company Limited. Mrs. Sengupta, always a pleasure having you. Let's give her a big, big round of applause. Somebody who has an extensive experience in insurance, held senior roles as the Chief Manager of Miscellaneous and Liability Aviation and Rural Technical Lines of Business. Somebody who's, of course, also been the DGM and General Manager in various departments. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining in. We'd also request Mithilesh Singh, the CISO at Life Insurance Corporation of India. He's also the DPO for LIC. He's also was the Senior Director and Global Head of Technology Audit Cyber Analytics at S&P Global in his previous stint. Thank you so much, Mithilesh, for joining in. We'd also like to request Alok Shukla, if he's around. Alok Shukla, yes, the CEO of XLI CSE India Reinsurance, of course, a very renowned name in the industry and brings in a great expertise on this topic. Let's give Mr. Shukla a warm round of applause as we welcome him. We'd also request Archana Baze, who is the Assistant Professor at the College of Insurance, Insurance Institute of India, based in Mumbai. She's somebody who has a background in computer technology engineering post her graduation from IIT Madras and LLB from the University of Mumbai. She's somebody who's actively in industry-related academic and public discussions. Great to see you as well, ma'am. We'd also like to call upon Aruna Mahesh, an experienced insurance industry business leader with over 2 decades of expertise in insurance and digital transformation. Aruna, we're really looking forward to your expertise, of course, bringing in as the General Manager, MD, and GCC Country Head at Vitech Systems Group Asia. Now, ladies and gentlemen, comes the time for me to call upon the moderator of this conversation. Let's give it up to the moderator, Dr. Ravi Sheshadri, seasoned general insurance strategist with over 3 decades of diverse experience in strategy, sales, distribution, training, audit, and compliance. Let's request all our panelists to please be seated now.
You have seen, we have made 3 very good, powerful ladies.
Ladies in this one.
In between our men. So, this is the way we have to promote more women.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Please be seated.
And may we request our panel to please be seated now.
So good afternoon, everyone. Of course, as she said, 30 minutes, Bhavna has been very clear. Yeah, we'll try to do it. See, some of the things that are happening in today's world, and what is more and more uncertainties happening in the world, more and more the insurance grows. That's business. 1. Number 2, FDI 100% is likely to come shortly, which is going to bring in a lot of competition into the Indian market. Thirdly, the parametric insurance, which is doing away with the traditional insurance of what is called the indemnity, whatever it is, now you have the proposal form, all the stuff is slowly moving out, and what is called the parametric insurance, which is coming, which means it's just you pay this much. Like for example, you pay 50 rupees, your flight gets delayed by 1 hour, you get 5,000 rupees. Agriculture, most of the fields, parametrics is coming in a big way, and that's going to change the way the insurance business is going to be done. With so much of competition coming across, we have got a very good allied panelists who will be discussing from different areas as to what exactly is going to happen using AI. Because as almost all the speakers were saying, if you are not with AI, you are left out. Your business is gone. Somebody may say AI is a bubble burst. Yes, it's all thought process. But this is what everybody said when the digital transformation is happening. Now, the countries where I am really literally doing it is Africa, where they are adapting to AI in a much better fashion than the Indian market. I'm sorry to say that, but then that's what is really happening. Now, let me get across to our allied panelists and ask specific questions. Because of the time limit, I'll be just going one by one as to what exactly is it, how they are going to do the. Now, I'll first start with Aruna ma'am first. Ma'am, you have been in the transformation, digital transformation space across the globe, various places. You have headed projects, very big projects across the globe. Now, what are the things, as a technology person, I was an insurance guy, but last 5 years I'm a technology guy. What I find is, AI can be used, but unless data is there, where is the question of AI, spending money? I don't have a data. So what are your thought process and your experience on that?
Thank you, Ravi sir, and thank you, Narendra sir, for inviting me and for this opportunity to share my thoughts on the panel. So, rightly pointed by Ravi sir, I mean, AI is the data, is the fabric, right? It's the foundation, the data is the fabric for AI. I mean, without the right data and the right foundation, it's not going to happen. Now, typically being in insurance, more on the IT side for last almost 20 plus years, I think my observation and running more of these global programs, my observation has been, number one is data is very siloed. Okay, number one is it's all over the place. So you have in Excel, you have in PDFs, it's in someone's system. So if you look at the last 2 decades, it's been all around. So number one is the fragmented nature of data makes it very difficult for us to even run AI or, I mean, people are talking about, I don't want to be very technical, people talk about LLMs, SLMs, whatever. So basically some models, just to make it a little bit simpler, some models are created on the basis of this data. So number one is fragmented data. Second is also siloed, right? So when you look at from an underwriting risk, both life, general, everywhere, if your data is in different parts, are you sure you're underwriting and pricing it rightly? We don't know. I mean, that's a reality. We do it, of course, experiential. We have very great underwriters, knowledge, etc. But that's one area. The third is, of course, we have legacy systems. I think where India is better off, given my global experience. In India, at least, our insurance industry, at least the private sector was last 20 plus years. Of course, we have been having our elite PSUs. But the point is, because of that, we don't have the baggage of legacy. So when we have legacy systems, and I know a lot of global insurance companies, we had to deal with at least 12 to 15 legacy systems. So for a point of sale application, there were 10. For just for an illustration generation, because at the time they started their 100-year-old companies, right? So your data, even for generating one illustration for one insured, it was becoming very difficult. So again, your data integration, consolidation is a big problem. So I think this challenge still stays. But what companies globally are trying to do is, and of course AXA is also here, right? So a lot of the initiatives which they have done is trying to create, number one is the data foundation, which is creating, there are various ways, right? So you can create data lakes, you can create, MDM, master data management solutions. So, but first get all the data in one place. But the problem which we face and as industry is facing is, historically, it's just the last 2 to 3 years where AI it's been exponential. It's all pervasive, right? So we had time over so many decades, but now in last 3 years, and November 30th, 2022, right, is when ChatGPT took the world by storm. And if you see from there to now, just 3 years down, now we are no longer talking about Gen AI, we're talking about agentic AI. Every forum, people are talking about different things. Now, if you have to reach there, how do you kind of consolidate all this data, get into one place, and make your models work? So still things are happening, people are deploying. In fact, I represent India InsurTech Association. Last week we released a report with BCG, and deployments are happening at scale, but in pockets, right? So if you look at the insurance value chain, so in sales, maybe on the advisory side, in underwriting somewhere on the pricing side, Servicing, of course, customer services are very standard. I think you are getting 20 to 30% productivity there. And finally, claims. Claims payout is still a challenge across all. So I think once that happens, so maybe next 5 years we won't be discussing this. It's already there. I don't know.
Okay, thank you, Aruna ma'am, for the very elaborate answer on what exactly data is going to do, where exactly the AI companies are struggling with. Yes, I have the software, but then I'm not able to. Now, moving across to Archana ma'am, comes from an IIT background and also combined with an insurance background and in the learning and development of the insurance industry in India. Archana ma'am, one question. See, I'm going to ask only challenging questions to everyone, all the panelists. See, there is always a difference, dilemma or conflict. AI is creative, very, what you call, advanced. But at the same time, there are a lot of laws, regulations, DPDP Act, that no. How do we balance between these two? Innovation vis-a-vis compliance.
One of the things what we have seen that globally social media was used for the fraud management extensively. But post the privacy acts coming in, people have to stop it. So when we are talking about DPDP, which unlike any other Indian laws, having very high punishment, because being a student of law, I can tell you, sometime looking at punishment, nobody will get scared. It's few hundreds because the laws are archaic. So unlike that, DPDP has a very high punishment. So in such a scenario, I think, yes, if once the notification come, the rules, exact rules of DPDP come, we will come to know to what extent the innovation will be stopped. But as of now, it does not stop us from innovating with the new product.
Yeah.
And maybe we may need to modify or adapt it post the notification or detailed rules come. But currently we should go ahead and innovate without worrying too much about DPDP.
Wonderful, wonderful, ma'am. So here, in this context where Archana ma'am said, this is the typical opinion opined by some of the leaders from Asia Pacific in a Hong Kong conference. While the Western world, the Europeans were very, very skeptical about the data privacy. They said, no, we don't want AI to invade. But this is exactly so I think we'll see a lot of change in the insurance space given this argument. Thank you, ma'am, for that. Moving across to Alok Shukla, who was my great friend and a colleague and world's largest reinsurer, I would say AXA XL. We are really happy to have Alok here, a person. In fact, if you look at insurance, all the aircraft, whatever damages that happen, everything is paid by AXA XL at the entry, whatever level it is. So one of the majors, I'm really happy he could spare his time from AXA and then be with us. So Alokji, I just wanted to know, using artificial intelligence, so there are basic things which NITN, we do the what you call agentic AI for workflow automation, things like that. It's a standard thing, which as AI companies do. But what you feel could be done by AI companies, a lot of technology companies over here, for reinsurance, how they can help you?
Thanks, Ravi. Thanks for the introduction and thanks for this opportunity. So, sorry. So you just said, you shared your feedback of what you heard in Hong Kong and what the Western world is not agreeing to. Unfortunately, I sit between the two. So I have to balance both. So I have to follow the GDPR acts.
I know.
As well as...
And that to AXA, I know, yeah.
So for us, AI comes with a lot of responsibility.
Correct.
And that's why there are a lot of trainings that we do internally in terms of ethical uses of AI. It's a great opportunity, it's a great opportunity, and how we internally bifurcate use of AI is primarily in, I'll say, 3 segments. One is the work that we were already doing. Now it can be replaced by AI. Second, work which we have been doing and it can be enhanced by AI. And third, what we have not been doing and now AI will help us doing that. But with that, all those trainings, we do a lot of ethical training that how the AI should be used. ChatGPT everyone wants to use. We are not allowed to use. Why? Because, we are giving up all our data or our client data, all their personal data to internet whenever we put anything on ChatGPT. And that's why AXA has created their own version of ChatGPT, which is hosted within our environment. It's ChatGPT only, but it's within our environment, nothing goes out. So we are finding ways to balance out how to protect the data, at the same time how to maximize how AI can help us. And I keep on traveling, I keep on meeting people, and depending on the industry of the people that I meet, the impact we are assessing is at a very, very different level. So recently, I got to know about a bot, AI bot called Bodhi. I'm not sure if you have tried it. If not, please try it. Very interesting. It doesn't even only chat with you, it talks to you in a human language. It will have a detailed conversation with you. It will talk about your career. It can give you career guidance. And that bot has raised its own $8 million funding. So there was no intervention from any of the founders in raising the fund. The bot has itself raised the fund for the organization. So that's the era where we are. Maybe insurance is slightly lagging behind. We have a lot more regulations to comply with. We have to we have a lot of sensitive data. So as a reinsurer, we are very actively working towards it, how we can make things easy for our clients, how we can use, so I'm sure, if you talk to anybody in the insurance industry, they call us, data mongers, reinsurers. We love data, we ask for as much as data possible. And this is the time now having all those data, and generally we end up having that kind of experience globally, not locally. So that's how we are able to bring all the learnings together to see how we can help our clients, how we can help the geographies where we are. So it's a very important topic, it's an evolving topic. I'll not be able to do justice in 4-5 minutes talking about it. But I think we all are very excited about it. It's something which is, we cannot ignore anymore. And we have to learn how to live with it. Will it end everything in the world? Will it, end all the jobs, everything? No, definitely not. It will definitely create a lot more opportunities. It will definitely create a lot more efficiencies. But it's something which is evolving every day. So we have to be at the top of it.
Oh, thank you, Alok ji, for that. And we're really thankful because there are a lot of insurtech companies over here. Because in any insurance company, be it life or general, there are two important functions of a company. Yes, sales could be important in any other function. But as far as insurance is concerned, reinsurance investments, if you have the right people, out of 10,000 people, hardly 10 people here, 10 people here, if they manage, companies will make multi-billions of profit across the globe. Thank you for your inputs. Talking about ethical trainings, talking about balancing between things, especially as you rightly said, balancing between the Western markets and Indian markets, it's very tough. He has given a lot of inputs. It's a lot of takeaways for some of my friends from the insurtech industry to take away from Alok on the reinsurance side. Thank you, Alok ji. Now, we have heard from the world's largest reinsurer. Now let's hear from India's biggest insurer and a company or an organization which has got into the Guinness books, and this year they are really proud, the maximum number of clients across the globe, LIC of India. Mr. Mithilesh, I would like to know from you, what exactly? No, I'm Sandeep, sorry, okay. So, Mithilesh, oh, he's not come. Okay, so we'll wait for Mithilesh to come. In the meanwhile, we'd like to hear from Sandeep on his views as to how AI can really help the Indian market.
First of all, Ravi sir, thank you very much for opportunity, and I don't see Naren sir around. We met in the FinTech festival in BKC, and Narendra and I sir thought of collaborating here. But before I answer this question on insurance, a bit about myself, Sandeep Kumar. I look different than what's on the picture. I think again the data has to be cursed. He's by another colleague, Sandeep Kumar in Deloitte. So but I lead AI and data for insurance. I work with various insurance companies, not just in India, but globally. And I'll be more than happy to answer this question, right? So AI is not just, it's not just a thing of the past. It is, people used to think it is good to have, but the time has really turned around. We are at a juncture when this conversation is moving from good to have to must have. So I have seen AI making advancements across the value chain. We spoke about reinsurance, we spoke about, I think Aruna ma'am touched briefly on sales claims sides. But when I look at all, be it sales, marketing, claims, underwriting, operations, everywhere, it is creating, disruption. So maybe if I can pick underwriting as one of the examples, the traditional days of, looking at data, long question forms, and then assessing whether we can issue a policy or not are gone. Now there are models which can look at alternate source of data. There are models which can look at your financial health in real time, and there are models which can, predict whether this customer is going to be a fraudulent customer for me in future or not, and whether it is safe for me to issue a policy or not, right? So the overall underwriting process has come down from days to actually minutes. So there are companies which can issue policies in minutes because they have now established AI models for doing all of these in real time, right? In motors, if you look at claims, right? If I intimate an insurance company that I need to file a claim, there were days when I used to send images, the surveyor will come, the inspection of the vehicle will happen, and it will take 4 or 5 days for them to give a report, and finally the claim will be approved. My vehicle is still sitting in the garage for a week or so. Those are gone days of the past. I remember, last year when I filed a claim, the claim was approved in 10 minutes. And my vehicle was serviced next day, I got my vehicle out. How did that happen, right? The people are now looking at images in real time. So when you file a claim, you can upload the images yourself. The models can access it. The models can actually tell whether this claim can be approved or not, so on and so forth. And the claim can be approved end-to-end automatically, right? So all this is happening. And one more point which I wanted to make, I think sir did mention it, Africa, I do work with African insurance companies as well. The expense which India market is doing, I think we are catching up, but we are still modest. There are global peers which have gone extensive. They have taken AI as the mainstream. They are using it not just for, point-in-time automations or digitizations. They are using AI as an enabler for end-to-end AI-driven process, be it your sales, be it your service, be it your underwriting, be it your claims. So we are catching up, and we are a market where we will continue to focus and see how it grows. So that's my view. Thank you.
Thank you, Sudeep, for that. And really, as you rightly said, the spend on AI. That was the next question I was coming. And we have one of the very senior leaders from New India Assurance. So, ma'am, rather than asking what AI can do in insurance, I want to ask this question. Whether the spend on AI is really good in the Indian market. If not, why the Indian market is afraid to spend on?
Yes.
I know it's a slightly controversial, but then I want your inputs, ma'am. It's purely personal, but I'd like to, yeah.
Yes, yes. Sir, it's a very good question, and I would like to address it this way. I would like to let them know how New India as a leader is doing, and why then we should progress. I know the time is very short. We have another 7-8 minutes to go. So see, taking a cue from what all my panelist friends here, they have been said. So if I sum up, New India being the largest insurance company in the Indian market and one of the largest globally also, and we have presence in 25 countries. So AI indeed is a very important tool in the way, because the digitization will make a lot of difference. As sir was telling, with the FDI opening up and new companies coming up, it is how we use AI in our everyday work in insurance that will make a lot of difference. So what we have done, just 2-3 minutes on that, and then I come to sir's question. See, we have used a AI-based chatbot in New India. So why it is important? Because 3 things. When I talk of AI, what does the A stand for? That is, the first is the insurance awareness, then is the affordability, which means the new products, and then is the accessibility. That is how we can make new portals so that customers, agents, the other people know they can access and get a digitized policy immediately. So these 3 things we are intending to do with AI. So the first thing we have done for the awareness, we have created an AI chatbot. And not only the chatbot, that is available in 8 languages now. All the 4 southern languages, and also we have Hindi, of course, then Gujarati, and then in the eastern sectors also we have come up with Bengali. So we are trying to Marathi also. So we are trying to come up in all the Indian language which are there in the 8th schedule, so that the people, they can access the chatbot and they can know which is the product that is right for him. And the most important thing is a claim settlement, where it is stuck actually, the common man. So he can know where the paper that is to be documented for which his claim stuck for months, days together. That is what we have done. Next, we have come to, with the help of AI, the digitization of the claims. So the small motor claims and the marine claims up to the level of 1 lakh, it is all now digitized. So it is speeded up. So the more speeding of the claim processing is there, more the trust factor, because everything is there. One word is there, that is the trust on insurance, not so much on banks. Because bank is a very positive product where you go for your savings, for your festive, you take loan. Insurance is first you think of the calamity, the disaster. So there, no, if people have the faith and the trust, and that is where the AI is going to support us. And the third thing is on the affordability, where it comes for the product design and the proper pricing. So we have already started that, what sir said, on the parametric. Because New India has come up with 10 parametric products we have. And as sir said, no, crop-based, agriculture-based. Other than that, we have sold policies to a cardamom plant. We have cardamom plantation. We have sold policy to a poultry where because of the heat wave, if the chickens they die, if they don't produce the eggs properly, there this parametric will come up. The parametric product, if the heat wave. Very recently, no, last week only we have issued a policy to the fishermen in the coastal areas of Andhra Pradesh and the belts where we have, no, this Cuddalore and all these places, where if the fishermen, they cannot go out, then what happens if the wind speed actually, no, reach, in the Beaufort scale, no, during the cyclone or due to rain, if they cannot go out, then the loss of livelihood, because these are the people, the common mass, they depend on the daily wages. So we have already issued a policy to the solar energy plants, renewable energy, which is coming up. Solar energy plants, if the solar irradiation is not there due to excessive rain, then no, there will be a fall in the energy, the production, solar production, so there. So AI is the only tool which can help, because we have to take the data from various sources. We have to take the data for 20 years, last 20 years, so that we can come properly at the trigger, which is the main crux point in the parametric. Now coming to the things, sir, this thing how we should invest. So as you can understand that there are various parameters, like we are using this AI tool for learning. We are using it for our own, so that our employees know they get benefits during the pension, refunds, their own beneficial things and all. Then we are using it for claim settlement, we are setting it for the underwriting, for new product development and all. So, but the proper, this thing is not happening, the investment. Why? Because the companies also work in silos. What happens? It becomes a IT department matter. But no, this should be a board matter. It should be a management matter. We have the CVC guidelines to follow. So if I want to choose one AI tech company into my foray, first I have to think that we should have an RFP, which should be in the GEM portal for 21 days. After that, there should be, SOW. Then I have to think, all the parameters that are given in CVC guidelines are met with. Then IRT I am not violating. Then the DFS guidelines I am not violating. So if you can understand, this level, already 2 months have gone. By the time I can implement it. So
Wonderful. Wonderful. Yeah. I got your point. Yeah.
Yes, sir. So we all know the potential of AI, but to implement it actually and to bring it for the masses, so that the overall industry, we talk of the AI 2047, insurance for all, insurance awareness, everything, so that we can have it in the real way, not in just in the bookish way, so that we can have it in the real way. It should be taken at from those levels from where it percolates down finally to the company. And then, sir, one small thing I will say, New India had opened up and other companies are coming up. AI, we want the insurtech companies to come up.
So this is the input for all of you. That's what I would say. Yeah,
Yes.
please. Yeah. Yeah.
So, sir, in the month of July and August, we had opened up and we said that come, all the insurtech, fintech companies who are using AI, you come and you help us to develop whatever field you feel like surety is coming, drone is coming, so many new things are coming up, merger acquisitions is coming. So I said that you come up and you let us know, MSME sector, you let us know which is the field you can partner us with. So I'll tell you, we could decide upon 24 domains. And you will be surprised to know almost 555 applications have come. And still we find out, like this, sir, when I meet people here, like fintech conferences, AI conferences, GFF, so many conclaves they come up, AI conclave. So then we find out so many people come and say, Madam, we missed out on that. Will there be another opening? So that's what I'm saying. You do come and meet us. And then let us know what is the work you are doing. We told about 24 domains. There may be 240 other domains which we do not know. So help us to partner with you so that we know how can we spread this.
Okay, thank you, ma'am, for the elaborate. And I think it should be very useful for all my friends over here. So before we wind up, it's just one sentence, what do you feel AI in insurance? We'll start with Arnab first.
Rapid.
Yeah, rapid.
One word, one
Yeah.
sentence.
One sentence, yeah.
I think opportunity and disruption.
Very good. Yeah, Archana ma'am.
We need AI along with human empathy if we want the trust on the insurance.
Thank you. Yeah, Alok.
Yeah, I'll say it's inevitable and we need to learn how to adopt that.
Yeah, Sandeep.
Yeah, it's bringing it to mainstream and defining processes embedded with AI.
Thank you.
I'll say the human aspect of AI, because insurance is something, no, where we need to have that collaboration. It cannot
Okay,
be
thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. And when we heard about AI and the different things in parametric, for one flight delay of 50 rupees to 5,000, we go to 10,000 landings across the globe at 200 data points. That's where AI has helped parametrics. Bhavna, I think we are finished on time. Thank you so much for the patient listening.
Ravi, kudos to him. Well managed and and very powerful. Powerful आदमी है, but still he could do, and also the panel is very powerful, and it brings a lot of energy from the insurance. I am grateful to all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. With that, a big thank you to all our speakers, and of course, a big thank you to our moderator. What a great session he's led, Mr. Seshadri. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. The clap has to be roaring when you have such great visionaries with us on stage. It's all happening at the AI Conclave 2025. Lead, learn, and celebrate. So on the other side, ladies and gentlemen, for the next session, we're going to be calling upon our speakers. Stay tuned as we're going to be having our session on reimagining the future of banking. With that, we just request Mr. Seshadri, if you can all step forward ahead of the tables and allow us to capture the moment of the panel being together. What a fantastic conversation it's been. And thank you to all our panelists for joining us. Thank you.